Hey everyone, it's Leanne here. I am so excited to be able to join you for about 20 minutes this afternoon, might be quicker, but we're actually going to go live with my gorgeous coach and friend Bianca van Riet. I'm just going to wait for her to jump on. We were planning on doing this last night. We did attempt it a few times and we weren't successful due to technology. So we've coming on here again this afternoon, trying to be able to give you this Q&A, which is something that I've planned over the next couple of weeks. And Bianca, bring them on camera. Here we go. It looks like it's working, Bianca. Okay, I'm adding you, Bianca. It's working. Oh my God.
Yay!
Oh my God, I am so excited. Like, you have no idea. It was like, I was absolutely determined to conquer this. And I'm actually so glad that I get to do this with you this afternoon because I just had my hair done.
Beautiful, looks great.
Using the new Arbonne True shampoo and conditioner, which my
Ooh.
hairdresser loves. So it was just really silky, smoothie. Yeah. So, yeah. And I think the lesson here was that it did actually say that you can't go live in pages or in
Yes.
groups. You can
Yeah.
only go live in your personal profile account. Well, meaning you can go live, but you can't bring other people on to join.
Yeah.
I know. The only thing we didn't do is the landscape thing. Sorry. Because the
That's
reason for
okay.
that was my phone was freezing every time I was turning it around. So anyway,
Doesn't matter. We've got you there.
let's get started because I know we're both getting through back-to-back meetings here, and I'm just so super excited to have you on here. My initiative to do this is it comes from my other business, Makeup by Leanne, Holistic Health and Beauty, and it's all about holistic health. And what actually spurred me on to do this, for anyone that's watching, is that I've actually been on my own personal journey for the last 3 years. And I have met some incredibly amazing professional women and men on this journey that have literally changed my life. And I say that because changing your life can be like quite a loose term, but seriously, guys, like just to be able to work through all that shit that you might have had or baggage that's been holding you back so that you can be the best version of you. And I'm so excited to now share these professionals in the health and wellness industry with you so that they can actually show you their amazingness. And if there's one little nugget that you can get from these sessions, then I feel like I've served and I've done well. So Bianca is the founder and CEO of Be Your Truth. She's also a certified wisdom coach for kids and a certified life coach and an accredited NLP practitioner. She's a timeline therapist, and yes, she's also a hypnotherapist, which I haven't actually done with you yet, but there you go. So today is all about mindset, and also we've chosen a theme around feeling stuck. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions, and then I'll just hand it over to you. So Bianca, just like, what is a mindset coach? Like, what do you actually do? Like, what are the services you offer, and what do you do?
Yeah, great question. And thank you for that amazing intro. I feel like my ego is just blown out there, but I will absolutely accept the great feedback. So what does a mindset coach do? Very, very good question. So what I do is I work with both adults and kids, helping them understand how their mind works. You know, the reality is that there's two parts of our mind, and quite often we go out to do something consciously and then it doesn't happen. And we wonder why we keep replaying the same patterns over and over and over again. So what I do with individuals is I really help them understand what those patterns are that they're replaying. I do it through one-on-one coaching. I also run women's workshops, and it's really giving them the understanding, education as to why, and then also helping them clear it so that those old patterns can be reprogrammed into something more meaningful. With kids, I work with them through story-based, giving them tools and techniques around how to manage, how to manage life's little bumps and challenges, because let's be honest, we're all going to get those along the way. And the reason I got into children's coaching was because the one thing I kept hearing through my adult clients was like, if only I'd known that when I was younger. And I know I thought that as well. So, I'm here to give kids the tools and techniques so they understand how their mind works. As I said, I do it through one-on-one workshops, and I do it through one-on-one coaching and workshops. And you don't have to see a coach because there's something wrong with you. Okay, kind of just think about it. It's like if you want that little extra edge in life, if you're going after those big goals, or maybe sometimes you do have a bit of a hurdle in your way that you would like some support with to get around or over, it's really easy for someone else to kind of see what's going on rather than yourself. And we all kind of understand and know that.
Right. Awesome. Okay. So like, you mentioned that you do workshops and you also do one-on-one. So what are some of the techniques that you use in your one-on-one sessions? I know you've used some of them on me, but if you could share with the audience.
Sure. So I've actually been doing coaching for 9 years now, so over 9 years. So when life coaching first came out, everyone, when I went into this field, was like, yeah, what is that? Like, no one really understood it. And I'm really grateful to be living in a day and age now where there are so many life coaches out there. And I've also had the great pleasure of coaching close to 1,000 people to become life coaches. But what I do in my one-on-one sessions is we have to have a goal that the client's working towards, because, otherwise you can just kind of flounder in the sessions. And so we'd either set a 3 or 6 month goal. And then depending on the individual, I believe that everyone's unique. And as a coach, my biggest thing is to be flexible. And so what we'll do is we'll start looking at what are those blockages that's stopping you. So I can use anything from NLP techniques. I use a lot of reframing, so just getting people to see things the other way. I definitely do timeline therapy, which is a root cause type of service where we go look at what's the root cause when you made this decision. So, for example, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve those. Those are all limiting beliefs. So getting rid of those. Or the other thing I can do with my clients is if they've got a lot of what I like to refer to as baggage, so like that canvas has got really, really dirty, or that windscreen's really dirty, they can do a breakthrough intensive with me where they'll spend the day with me and we release the 5 main negative emotions, which allows all the other feelings attached to it that no longer serve us to fall away. So we get rid of anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt. It's now like you've got this clean slate in front of you. Your windscreen is so clean and the world is now your oyster. You'll still feel those emotions, but you're not going to feel them with a lifetime of baggage. And so it's lighter. It's like, I get angry, I get over it. I get sad, and that's okay. Like, sadness is an opportunity to know what's missing in your life. Have a little cry, move on. But I don't sit and dwell in it for days and days on end anymore.
And isn't it quite true that sometimes, somebody will say something or something happens to you and you just can never let it go. And it just, and I think the one thing that I've learned is, you always, if you don't deal, there's always lessons. Everything is a lesson. Like, people come into your life to teach you something. Things happen in your life for a reason, always. But if you don't actually learn from that lesson, then you will actually get that coming back over and over and over again. And
harder and harder.
I know, and it's incredible because since I started working with you, I've actually, like, things will come back again and I'll go, oh my gosh, like, I've actually identified that as obviously never got the lesson the first time. But here's the thing, something I also learned through attending your workshops and working with you as my coach and mentor is that you've actually shown me that, like, you cannot actually give to others. You cannot pour into others if you're not actually sorting out your own shit. And as a business owner and a business, anyone, whether you're a woman or a man, doesn't matter what gender you are, but if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, like, you cannot own a multi-million-dollar business and serve others in a way where you can be the best version of you if you don't sort out your own stuff. And so that's actually been, for me, the biggest breakthrough, because when I started my Arbonne business, I was just being triggered so much by other people, situations, what people would say, what people would think. And when I started working with you, I was able to actually identify each of those triggers that I felt was actually holding me back and actually get rid of them. Like, what has been your experience? And that's my personal experience, but what do you, what do you find that?
Yeah, you're spot on with that, because what I teach people is that, and I say, especially if you're going to be an entrepreneur, like, you need to learn to receive first. We've unfortunately been brought up in an environment where we've been taught you need to give in order to receive. But how can you give anything if you haven't received anything? You're running on empty. So if you want to run a multi-million-dollar business, you have to be open to receiving. Otherwise, that money is never going to come through. And that's the big mindset I need to shift with people, is that receiving is not guilty, okay? There's no guilt to receiving. The more I'm able to receive, the more I'm able to give out. And you know what, like, my receiving is in different ways, and I sometimes only need that much to receive in order to give that much, and that's okay. But it's just about make sure you fill your own tank first before you start trying to fill everyone else's tank, because you will run on empty, you will get stuck, and you will start feeling resentful.
And this just brings me on to, it's a good segue for, the topic today about feeling stuck, because, I've had people on my team come to me and say, Leanne, I'm feeling paralyzed. I'm feeling stuck. Like, I know exactly what I need to do, but I just feel like I can't move. And isn't it so true that we can actually feel stuck in different parts of our lives? Like, it doesn't have to be your business. It could be your relationships, your relationship with your kids, with your family, finances, friendships, health, in your home. And I was totally inspired by an article that you wrote recently about stuck in a rut. And I just wanted you to share with people a little bit about, some tips and tricks around how to move forward if you are feeling stuck.
Yeah, it's quite interesting that, this was our topic, because since we decided that this was what we we're going to chat about, most of my clients I've been talking to this week have been stuck in a rut. So I love how the universe always works. So the article will be released in the next few weeks, but quite often when we're stuck in a rut, at the beginning, we don't even realize that we're stuck. And so it's kind of like we're reliving our Groundhog Day. We start losing momentum. Time just becomes a blur, and things just start feeling a little bit hard. It's kind of when we start surviving, we're no longer thriving, and we've become comfortable being uncomfortable. So, things have become so uncomfortable, but we got so used to it that now I'm just comfortable with it. And so it's recognizing that those could be signs that you are actually stuck in a rut. Now, I've made some notes here because I know I can talk a lot and I want to stay a little bit on track here. So I'm going to go through it quickly, knowing that we only have a little bit of time left. So if you can notice that you're stuck in a rut, and whether, it can also be fear that keeps you stuck sometimes in a rut. A couple of tips just here is, number one, be kind to yourself. Stop the beat up session. Being kind to yourself could be taking, you could be like exercising, have a bath, eat well, meditate. Like, I love meditating. It really just relaxes. And it doesn't have to be hours of meditation. It can literally be just a couple of minutes. The next one is declutter your space. Now, declutter, honestly, when we declutter our environments, we feel so much better. So if you need to go, it could be simple things. Clean out your handbag. Go clean out your work area, because when you got a clean work area, man, you're feeling focused. If you need to go clean your room or your house, do it, but get rid of that clutter. Like, get it out of your space. The next one, I love this one, is like, shake up your routine. So easy. Doesn't have to be hard. Shaking up your routine means get into the back of that wardrobe, grab something that you have not worn for a long, long time. Go and talk to a stranger. Yeah.
I love this.
Just go talk to a stranger. Go do something that you used to love doing as a kid. Like, I used to love flying a kite. I have kites in my, I don't, I've got kites. I've got 2 kites, and I love to, every now and again, I go down by myself and I just go fly it. Just be spontaneous. Go and attend an event with like-minded people. It's something that you would not do, but just do something different, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. Outdoors, that is just my favorite place. So I love going outdoors, spending some time in nature, having a walk on the beach. My favorite pastime is taking my book, going to the beach and just reading under the shade of a tree. Have your goals, get your goals out again and shake them up. Make sure that they kind of scare you, because that the more that they scare you, that's kind of the excitement behind it, and it gives you the motivation and, you know, to feel excited about these goals again. Gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Gratitude is so important. But when you look at your gratitude, it's not just going, oh, I'm grateful for the fact that I'm looking outside, so I'm just coming up with that. I'm really grateful that it looks like it's going to rain today. Why? Why am I grateful that it's going to rain today? I'm grateful it's going to rain today so that my garden gets a really good drinking. And because when I look out at my green garden, it always makes me feel happy. So that's why I'm grateful that it's going to rain. So make sure your gratitudes have a why behind it. You know, you might want to go do some volunteering. Go volunteer for a group. Go and do something one day for a non-profit organization, whether it's a run. Go get, you know, go collect some coins for Bear Cottage or whomever it resonates with you. And last one is, you know, if you need to get some help, it's okay. If you can afford it, get the cleaner. Ask your husband to look after the kids for an hour so you can go do something. You know, get someone to do your books for you. If you're running your business, get a VA. And if you're really stuck and want that little extra edge, get yourself a coach. But those are the main things that I share in this article about, you know, getting out of that rut. And you don't have to do all of it, but do some of it. And gosh, it makes a difference.
I know, and you tapped in a really purposeful one for me. I mean, a very deep one for me is to work towards your life purpose. Like, I think a lot of us are so busy in the day-to-day of life that we don't actually ever take that time to figure out, why are we doing what we're doing? And, you know, once you actually dig deep, like you said, like even with gratitude, knowing why you're grateful, you know, it just gives you more clarity of where you need to go. And I will be honest, guys, for any of you that are watching, I didn't know any of this, okay? So it's only because I've brought people into my life like Bianca and some other amazing people that I'll get to share with you over the next couple of weeks, that I've been able to actually work on myself in a way that I've never thought even possible. Like, things are showing up in my life that I never even could ever even imagined. And I'm so grateful for that, because I've been able to clear things, sort out my baggage, find my real life purpose. And yeah, it's just incredible. Bianca, your workshops, like, let's talk about that, because I've been to, I think 2 or 3, 2. Like, guys, I cannot actually recommend these workshops more than, like, I would just go shout on top of the highest tall building in Sydney and say, you need to sign up to one of Bianca's workshops. This is like nothing like I've ever done before. And I've been to a few, and sometimes, you know, you're just sitting there and it's just so dragging on, and you're watching slide after slide, and it's not interactive. There were things in there that really gave me as a woman, like everybody in that room had the space to just be. And that's what I absolutely loved. Like, everybody came in with no expectations. There was no judgment. There was no comparison. Just everybody could just be. And yeah, so I'm going to hand that over to you now, Bianca, because I know you got one coming up on the 17th of March. And correct. I would just love you to share a little bit about what that one's about and how people can actually register for that, because it has been life-changing for me. And I just need to get it out there.
Yeah, thanks, Leanne. So the workshop I'm running next week on Sunday is called Discover Your Truth, which is a women's workshop only. Now, they're very small, intimate groups, and I don't invite more than 10 women at a time to these groups, because I want to create an environment that is really, really safe. The purpose in this group, as I said, it's not a death by PowerPoint, they're interactive days, and the purpose really is to reconnect to your authentic self. So it's like a 3-step process where we will get through the recognition, or realizing and recognizing our patterns and behaviors, and, you know, of both ourselves and others. We get an opportunity to release things that no longer work for us. And then we get an opportunity to reconnect to who we truly are, but also reconnect and connect to amazing women within that group. So it is a full day. I generally have a guest presenter that comes along, and she changes every single time. So, you know, I can't say, oh, it's this person or that person. It always changes along the way. We've changed it up a bit this year. I have upped the pricing, but it's a fully catered event. So instead of having to worry about getting a meal at lunchtime or wherever, it's a fully catered event. And I run these every 6 weeks. So, as I said, the next one's coming up on the 17th of March. That's next week, Sunday.
Yeah.
It's a day where you get to spend on yourself, and it's a day of self-love. You know, people always go, I've got this, I've got that, I've got that. The reality is there's always going to be something. And sometimes you just got to make the call and go, no, enough. I'm going to put myself first. And what I would like to offer is, I know we've gone a little bit long today, but for those of you who do listen to this, little live, even if you listen to it afterwards and you listen to it to the end, if you private message me just on Facebook, so Bianca van Riet, or you can even go through my Be Your Truth website, which is www.beyourtruth.com.au, and just go to the contacts page. If you just message me there and use the code Makeup by Leanne freebie, not freebie, it's for discount, sorry. No, I can't give that free. I'd love to, but no, otherwise that's not running a business properly. But if you do that, I'll give you an 11% discount off the actual ticket. So we'll take the transaction differently. I use the number 11 because it's my favorite number, no other reason. But yeah, if you just message me or PM me or email me and just say Makeup by Leanne discount, then you will get a discount for my next workshop, which is next week, Sunday.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Well, thanks so much, Bianca. I am truly grateful to have you. I know you're an extremely busy woman, and I apologize for any of you that were, you know, scheduled it in for last night, but we got it working.
Yes.
It's not the last time you're going to hear from Bianca. I'm so excited to bring you to the forefront of my business more and more and more. So grateful for you, everything you do. And guys, I might just put that in the comments below so people can easily get
to contact me, not the discount code. That just
No, not just to contact you. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, cool.
All right, well, thank you so much, Bianca. Have a great afternoon, and I will
You too.
see you soon.
Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.